breaking free from Archon influence, revealing their secret weapon to control us. According to ancient Gnostic lore, the Archons are the ruling agents of the universe and brutal overlords of humanity. Unlike other celestial villains, the Archons aren't interested in eternal damnation or overthrowing some good principle. These omnipotent, thuggish beings are in charge, and that is it. Like traditional demons, they seduce humanity, but the whole mechanism of the cosmos is one big-ass seduction meant to keep the holy part of humans unaware of a higher destiny. Thus, what the Archons want the most in this universe is status quo. How exactly do the Archons seduce and keep us trapped in Maya? Keep the cosmic slaughterhouse factory going? One view is unique but appropriate in a way any modern person can relate to the point of sharing it loudly in a support group. Let's find out before they hear us. Who exactly are the Archons? In a dictionary of Gnosticism, Andrew Philip Smith provides the definition of the Archons. In Gnostic systems, the Archons are the numerous assistants of the Demiurge. They are usually responsible for the creation of the human body. Planetary Archons are also thought to rule over the various spheres through which the soul may ascend. The Archons have a negative role, restraining the spiritual impulses of humanity and directing human affairs for the Demiurge, being responsible for the flood, the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the crucifixion of Jesus. Although depicted as hermaphrodite creatures owning bestial faces, with an appetite for rape and brawling, the Archons are essentially a mixture of heavenly administrators and hellish union goons. Their greatest tool isn't fear, however, but ignorance, the quote, mother of all evil, according to the Gnostic Gospel of Philip. If humans remain ignorant of their divine origins beyond the universe, the system remains constant, and all is kosher for the Archons. Except the system is, according to the Gnostics, a flawed construct. As Sam Criss wrote in The Atlantic, the physical universe was the creation of the Demiurge, Samael or Yaldabaoth, sometimes figured as a snake with the head of a lion, a blind and stupid god who creates his false world in imperfect imitation of the real creator. The world is a distorted mirror, an image, in other words, a kind of software. In this flawed system, this software, the Archons are demented programmers, coding our fate, precisely every negative aspect of our lives, inner and outer, that slowly break our mental spine. They grant us the counterfeit spirit. It sucks. The method of the Archons. All of this brings us to the specific method the Archons likely use to keep us in abject ignorance, the opposite of liberating gnosis. That is bureaucracy. Really bad bureaucracy. The Archon nature of being the bumbling administrators of the heavens is their greatest weapon. After all, as above, so below, said the Gnostic Hermeticists. While many faiths feel that a celestial bureaucracy is fantastic, from the Pythagoreans to Confucianism, the Gnostics, history's great anarchists, contended it was quite the opposite. The faulty, quote, software was, ironically, the perfect mechanism to keep us trapped in, as Philip K. Dick called the universe, the Black Iron Prison. It was death by 1,000 regulations, death by 1,000 frustrations. In the novel Good Omens, written by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, a demon appropriately named Crawley proves that the Archon way is superior in the fight against heaven. He demonstrates that traffic jams and phone service outages are far more efficient in damning souls than such common demonic methods as possession or temptation. Death by 1,000 frustrations is the best way to dim the human spirit. Ponder this. As humans, we are basically prepared to deal with and overcome life's significant challenges, from a family death to a nearby war, and thus infinity is part of our vibe. It's the little shit in life that seems to get us. Imagine going through a day when the car won't start. You seem to catch every bloody red light. You need 5 departments at work to sign off on your order for printer cartridges. The customer service representative of your online order is oblivious after you spend an hour trying to connect. Like Morpheus said in The Matrix, it's like a splinter in your mind driving you mad. And these events just don't seem at all like an accident. Between bureaucracy and a faulty system, you can feel your soul dimming, your mind numbing, and your heroic side perishing. You become forgetful and anxious, a Stockholm Syndrome victim to a passive-aggressive kismet. Think of the works of Franz Kafka. Think of Terry Gilliam's Brazil. Think of the next time you have a good idea at work. Think of negotiating with the IRS, experiencing Microsoft updates, or family holiday parties where being comfortably numb is truly the closest you feel to heaven. It's not truly heaven, but that's the game the Archons play. Anyone can get used to fire after 1 billion years in hell. Anyone can get comfortable with extinction in a Richard Dawkins paradigm. But not even Buddha can handle the local DMV. Like Lao Tzu said, the more laws and order are made prominent, the more thieves and robbers there will be. In an Archon-ruled universe, we are all outlaws who don't even know it, sinking in ignorance by every Mercury retrograde and iPhone upgrade. We are the frogs in the boiling waters of Lethe. How do we fight the Archons? We fight the Archons like the ancient Gnostics did, with knowledge, wisdom, and detachment. To be in the world and not of it, as Jesus explains in the Gospel of John. Or as Paul says in Romans 12, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Thus, in a higher mind and a hermetic sense, don't let them control your mind like most of humanity. As Nicola Denze Lewis writes in her book, Introduction to Gnosticism, the Archons, quote, transcend category, which in the thought world of antiquity was not a good thing. She also writes that they are neither, quote, divine nor clearly demonic. After arming ourselves with the right data to see beyond the software, we must beat the Archons at their game by transcending human categories, becoming neither divine nor clearly demonic. Awaken the essence of Sophia and the alien god that resides within us, sometimes known as the divine spark. The Gnostics utilize many rituals to achieve this, so your mileage may vary. Ultimately, it's about breaking fate, knowing that the Archons truly own our body, that we only rent at a high interest rate, and that our thoughts can become free with the right information.